As this inner rebirth deepens, something else becomes clear. You begin to see that you are not entering a new belief system or adopting a spiritual identity. In fact, every label falls away. The mind that once asked questions begins to rest. The constant effort to understand, control, or fix life loosens its grip. You realize that truth is not reached by thought, but revealed when thought becomes quiet. Being born again means you no longer live from reactions. Situations may still appear the same, but your relationship to them is transformed. Where there was once fear, there is now observation. Where there was urgency, there is patience. This does not come from discipline or practice, but from a new center of awareness. You are no longer standing in life as a person trying to survive. You are witnessing life unfold from a deeper place of knowing. At this stage, you may notice that old desires begin to fade. Not because you force them to go, but because they no longer make sense. The hunger for recognition, approval, or security loses its power when you recognize that completeness was never missing. The world no longer feels like something you must conquer or escape. It becomes a field in which consciousness expresses itself. This rebirth also changes how you relate to others. You stop seeing people as problems, obstacles, or sources of fulfillment. You begin to sense the same life moving through every form. Compassion arises naturally, not as a moral duty but as recognition. You do not try to love. Love reveals itself when separation dissolves. Many resist this stage because it feels like losing control. The mind wants guarantees, direction, and outcomes. But being born again is entering a life without personal management. You discover that when you stop directing every step, something far more intelligent takes over. Decisions happen without strain. Actions arise without fear. You are guided not by thought but by an inner alignment that does not speak in words. This is also where faith takes on a new meaning. It is no longer belief in an external power or future reward. Faith becomes trust in the unseen movement of life within you. Even uncertainty loses its threat because you are no longer relying on personal understanding to feel safe. You rest in something deeper than certainty. At times the old self will attempt to return. Old habits, thoughts, and emotions may rise again. But they no longer define you. You observe them without ownership. They pass through like clouds without disturbing the sky. This is how you know the rebirth is real. You are no longer inside the storm. You are aware of it. Ultimately, being born again is discovering that you were never meant to carry life on your shoulders. You were meant to be carried by it. The struggle to become spiritual ends when you realize spirit was always the source of your existence. The new birth is not an achievement, it is a surrender. And in that surrender you find a freedom that cannot be threatened because it does not depend on the world at all.